everyone, and welcome back to the Olympic Ultras podcast. I'm Nate.
I'm Michael.
And today we're going to be bringing you the result of the Lions game. Unfortunately will not be bringing you the results of the Gold Coast Knights game because it's currently being played as we're filming this, and we couldn't hold this podcast back any longer. We already skipped last week. More on that a little bit later. So we couldn't hold that back any further, but obviously you already know the result by the time this comes out. But we will definitely be talking about the Sunny Coast game coming up next Tuesday. Without further ado, make sure that you follow us on our Instagram, our Spotify, and our YouTube. It's the Olympic FC _Ultras and the Olympic Ultras podcast on Spotify. Yeah, let's get into it, shall we?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's
do it.
So first off, I want to personally apologize for the lack of a podcast last week. To not go into too much terrible detail, my partner had a medical incident and ended up in an induced coma. It's been a very, very scary couple of days or couple of weeks, almost 2 weeks now, but they're awake, they're on the recovery, and looks like they'll actually be off the ward and back in our house, which by the time this episode comes out, which is fantastic. So I do apologize.
Good news.
But thank you very much for your understanding in advance. So let's get to why we're actually here.
Let's talk football.
So unfortunately, the girls did go down 3-1 against Lions. So goals from Abby Lloyd and Amy Gunston. First off, before Georgia Muir got us a consolation goal, a very good consolation.
It was a very good goal that Georgia put because it was in the box. She made her way through. She fended off one of the players on her left-hand side, took the ball, and went bang. It was a beautifully taken goal.
Yeah.
But we were just so unlucky in front of goal. We had a couple of good shots. Our crosses didn't really find their mark. But, hey, we're talking Lions too.
Yeah. Well,
Lions I'll grind you down.
Yeah, it's another one of those games where, on the outside looking in, you'd sit there and go, 3-1's an expected result sort of thing, you know. But, again, for us anyway, being involved in the club, it's another one of those games where you sit there and you go, oh, man, if we just did this here, if we just did that there, this would be a very different result. But it's just
probably the coaching staff say exactly the same thing.
Football's full of these little half chances here and there.
I've always said, it is a game of ifs, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it just will never stop being a game of ifs.
It truly is. It truly is.
Hey, it's the way it goes.
Yeah, again, that's football.
That's football. Yeah, take your punches, you move on, get out and fight the next round.
Yeah, exactly right. And as you said it yourself, this is Lions. Lions is underachieving, sitting in fourth place, in
very
my
much
opinion.
so, but still a quality side.
But a very quality side. You can't.
They've been in the top echelons of women's football in Brisbane for goodness knows how long.
Yeah, and so many players who have come through Lions felt like Lions was a professional level atmosphere.
Very much so.
Any sort of players that came from Queensland who have done really, really well. If there's a good chance they pass through Lions at some point in their career.
Yeah.
Some of our girls pass through Lions at some point in their career. So.
But talking to a couple of players recently, it's nice to hear that where they've come from, they've looked at our setup, and our setup is really impressive.
Yeah.
And I don't think our club gets the recognition.
It definitely doesn't.
That our girls program should get.
Mainly because
it's nice from those players who are expressing that.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't, in my opinion. I think it's because of, again, the outside looking in results.
Correct.
Us sitting in fifth, if you look at, if you're going to sit there and go, oh, who's your best women's teams in Queensland? Well, of course, your first place to find that information is going to be the table.
Of course.
Especially if you're outside looking, you don't know anyone there. The first place you've got to sit there and go, well, look at the table. Who's up top?
Who's at top? Mostly the best side.
Yeah, clearly they've got the better programs.
Correct.
But talking to a lot of the girls lately, a lot of them seem really impressed with.
So it only just goes to show,
fantastic,
and quietly, what this club's actually achieving.
Yeah, just sort of knocking things around, and what they're achieving with the resources that they have at their disposal, with the resources that are in the women's team.
Let me do something right. I mean, we were at the ground tonight, and the amount of young girls up there training.
Oh yeah.
And obviously that just speaks volumes right there.
Yeah, 100%.
I've been to games on weekends where you see the young girls play, and there's so many. It's great that they've embraced the game, but also embraced the club.
Yes,
it's just beautiful.
Yeah, exactly right. And it is fantastic to see what Olympic is building.
Yeah.
It is really, really good to see it and, slowly go through. And Well, we were talking to Cam Folks actually last night, and we said, at least from our perspective, the girls are doing exactly what we wanted them to do from the start of the season. We wanted them to stay. Stretch goal was to get fit, in our opinion. And you sit there and we said to them, you look back at, your Gold Coast United matches, your Brisbane City away match and things like that, and you go, that felt like a loss. It was a draw, but God, that felt like a loss. It felt like we left a lot out there.
Yeah.
And it's little ifs and buts, and it's, it's just these little moments that we need to get better at capitalizing.
That ball trickled in this side of the post instead of that side of the post. And
if this person was just, looked this way instead of that way, they would have seen the run. And
2 seconds slower, they would have gone in. And anyway.
All these little things. But we do want to quickly mention one thing. And I did say when we put out the post saying this episode was going to be delayed, we did mention, or we promised a couple of treats.
We did promise a couple of treats.
We did promise a couple of treats. We have 2 treats for you today. One we're going to talk about right now. Another one we're going to talk about in the second half of the episode. So make sure that you're paying attention on that one. Make sure you tune in for the rest of it.
There will be a test.
You will have noticed a new name on the team sheet for this one, which is Sarah Birchall.
Yep.
One of our new signings. And we managed to catch up with Sarah Birchall and got her to give her a bit of an introduction to who she is and everything like that.
What an absolute wonderful person she is.
Absolutely beautiful person.
Gorgeous person.
Beautiful person.
Wonderful. Yeah.
So we'll cut to that interview now and let's hear from Sarah.
Hey Sarah, thank you very much for coming to have a chat to us. Just real quick introduction about yourself. Name, your position and what number you'll be playing.
My name's Sarah Birchall. I'm a centre back and I wear number 40.
Yeah, fantastic. When did you first decide that you'd want to be a centre back? When did that come about? Did you always start at centre back?
No, I used to be probably playing in the midfield a bit more, and then I was actually playing for a boys team at Olympic, and no boy wants to play centre back in defence. So
naturally.
They put me back there, and I just kind of stuck with it. Loved
just excelled from there. Now, you've been around the NPL previously, of course, but I do want to talk about the time you spent in the USA, in the Gardner-Webb Bulldogs in the NCAA South Conference. How was your time there?
It was awesome. Yeah. So it was such a great experience, being around such like a tight-knit group. Like you're with the girls every day, training just every day. It was a really great experience. Being around a bunch of girls like every week, every day, training, playing games, probably 2 games a week for the season. Yeah. It's really hard, really, it probably taught me a lot about how to like look after myself and, turn up every day as best as I can. And I think, it's only done me good.
Yeah, fantastic. So back home, back in Australia, what drew you to Olympic and what are you looking forward to for the rest of the season?
So I used to play at Olympic when I was a junior. So I've always loved this club. I've always felt like, they love the women's program here especially. And I heard only good things about Cam from other players. So coming back over, I got in contact and it was kind of obvious from there.
Yeah, awesome. And final question, what is your message to the Olympic fans?
Just a big thank you. Like the support here is unreal. All the juniors, even you guys, the ultras coming out every game, it's unreal. Like it means so much for like, especially like on the girls' side of a program. Like growing up, like you never really saw that around. So to have it now, it's something really special.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you very much for talking to the Olympic Ultras podcast.
Thank you very much, Sarah, for coming to chat to us and letting our listeners get to know you a little bit better. But absolutely fantastic person.
Yes,
she was very, very lovely. She
was
more than happy to chat to us, which was great. Already getting into the Olympic colours into the Olympic lineup.
I like it.
Just absolutely no rest for the wicked.
No, that is for sure.
All right, let's talk some stats, shall we?
Let's talk some stats. The first one is exceptionally interesting.
Yeah.
When you look at the ball possession, we had 52% against their 48.
Outpossessing Lions is something that's very interesting.
But obviously, it just didn't get the relevant T. So
again, it's one of those things.
So our stats will come first. XG is 1.51 as opposed to 2.73. Understandable.
Yeah, they took their chances.
We had 18 shots. Not so much a goal, but 18 shots to their 15.
Again, they took their chances.
Obviously very clinical. 5 goalkeeper saves each. No corners. According to SoberSport, there were no corners. And I've got to say, I can't remember.
Because you actually watched this. I didn't get a chance to. I had to watch the highlights.
I don't remember corners, but maybe I dropped off to sleep or ducked out for a whiskey or something.
Yeah, it was an early morning for you that morning, which is why you couldn't go to the game either.
So, passes 485 to 513. They've moved the ball very, very well.
Yeah, they do.
4 tackles to nil. Yellow cards was the only yellow card was for a line play. Right. So, interesting
unusual.
stats. So, but as you always said, stats don't win a game.
Stats don't win a game. Possession
Stats
doesn't
don't
win
really-
a game.
A true reflection of a game.
Yeah.
But they're interesting nevertheless.
Yeah, they are, and they do add a little bit of. They do explain a couple of things. A lot of the time, they don't tell the full story.
No.
You know, well, for instance, to use a real world example, who thought that Turkey would be eliminated from the Men's World Cup with 62 shots and like a 4-something XG,
I know, it's
no
ridiculous.
goals scored? So
That just goes to prove it, doesn't it?
yeah, so you know, stats don't win your matches, but you know, it is interesting to highlight those sorts of things.
If memory serves me, England played Ghana this morning,
Yeah, nil or draw.
and I think England had 39 shots
Yeah, it's
in
ridiculous.
that game.
Yeah.
So again, stats. You look at the stats, you go, "What the hell happened?"
Speaking of the World Cup, actually, I saw a post from the Matildas Instagram account this morning that we're a year away from the next Women's World Cup
Oh my God, really?
already.
No,
I'm still reveling in the 2023
Yeah, so life.
World Cup. I'm sitting there going, please bring it back. That was
Yeah.
so much fun. I think the next one's in Brazil, which is probably a little bit out of my price range.
Yeah,
but
definitely out of my price range. That was one of the greatest moments of
That was
my
so much fun.
sporting life.
so much fun.
That Women's World Cup was
It was great. Everything was a vibe. Every day was
and it
just
was
wake
so
up, it was
well
bubbly.
organised.
Yeah, it was.
so well organised.
It was.
Which from FIFA is really rare. But I think because it was in Australia and New Zealand, we know how to organise these things.
I think it's something
We
like
have so much experience organising big events.
you go onto any World Cup Wikipedia, right? You go onto absolutely any page of any World Cup. There's always a little tab that says controversy.
Yes.
Right? The American one's filling out daily.
Oh,
But-
everyone's like encyclopedia now.
So was the Qatar one. I don't remember a controversy from our Women's World Cup,
No.
to be honest. And if it was tiny and didn't really
The only
affect the whole
controversy
thing.
that came out was after the game.
Yeah. Oh,
the-
of course, the final.
Was it the president of Spain?
It was the FA president or
of Spain or
someone
something?
high level.
He was extremely inappropriate.
Very.
To me, I would have hung him right there. Extremely inappropriate to what his
And
position
the
is.
people who came out and defended that man, and some of the women's players themselves in that national team that came out and defended that man.
Yep. I thought it was disgusting. But anyway, that's another story.
Yeah. That's not what this podcast is about. We do this.
Just have respect for female players.
Exactly.
Please.
They're players.
They're not objects of your desire.
Yeah. Anyway. So this game, again, going back to it was another one that seemed just a little bit of...
Yeah, I thought the girls played well. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, Lions took their chances. They played.
Yes.
They played well up front. They're very good up front.
They're
They
good.
know how to run the lines. They know how
Yep.
to stick to it very well.
Yeah.
I think we've done very well in midfield. Again, the likes of Rio and Swaney.
Holding all the possession.
Yeah.
the
Rio and Swaney
Lions'
in the
share of
middle played
possession.
well. I mean, I think we were still without Vic. I think Vic's still injured.
Yeah.
Jess,
I
of
don't
course,
think she was on the.
Jess, of course, is long term.
Yep. Faith is long term.
Faith is long term. So
Faith is
we've
very
got
long term.
some major players out. But apart from that, I thought the girls played it pretty well.
And it's another one of those things, and I mean, this is both Olympic teams, if you happen to follow the men's as well, where it's not taking our chances here, missing that run there, injuries at the wrong time,
And we
players not coming back quite fit just
Yeah.
yet, or it's just
and
little
both squads
things.
seem to have that great start. And the wheels fall off in the middle, where we got players injured.
I know.
And it just puts a real mocker on the whole thing and leaves coaches scratching their heads going, who am I going to put in
What
there?
do I do? What do I do next? What do I do next?
And of course, now it's only just starting to come back.
Yeah.
Um,
A couple of those players are starting to hit their straps again and come back
so
from injury.
we'll get, I think the results will start to
Yeah.
work their way through the next few weeks.
Yeah, no, definitely. And starting with, I would say this weekend's game, but Football Queensland decided not to make it this weekend.
I could say a lot about Football Queensland, but I won't tonight.
We could. Starting with Sunny Coast this weekend. All right, so this weekend we have the Sunshine Coast. Again, I said weekend. It is not on a weekend. For some reason, Football Queensland put this on a Tuesday night.
Yes.
all the way up at Ballinger Park. This is a 7:30 kickoff on Tuesday on the 30th.
Which is the most ridiculous time frame
2026. It is the dumbest thing
you ever want to see.
I will put my hand on my heart and say I would be saying this if we were playing away at East, which is one of the closest grounds to us. No one's playing this weekend.
No.
We're not playing this weekend. It's not like this is a catch-up game. This was a scheduled game in which they went, why play this on Saturday or Sunday?
Yeah. Let's screw everybody around and put it on a Tuesday night.
You know, like, you don't even have the whole, like, oh, well, Australia's playing in the Men's World Cup.
Yeah.
No, they're playing on Friday. You don't even have that.
There's no excuse at all.
There's no excuse
it's
to
just
this.
Extremely poor planning.
Dumb as all hell. And what makes it worse is we've got to go to the sunny coast for it. The poor girls who are going to clock off work probably early and have to hit the road immediately.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I can get there. I mean, I
don't think we'll get there.
I finish work late. You know, and by the time I get my act together, I'll make probably the second half.
Yeah. Look, I love traveling to the sunny coast. The sunny coast Wanderers faithful always make it a fun trip, but I don't think we will, especially with what I've got going on in my personal life at the moment as well.
Yeah.
I think that's just a step too far, unfortunately. But
maybe if it was an 8:30 kickoff,
if it was an 8:30
I'd probably
kickoff,
go but then again, by the time you finish the game, get home, you're getting home at midnight.
If it was Sunday. Sorry.
How dare you? How dare you express any sort of common sense?
I forgot Football Queensland doesn't run on common sense. So of course, as we've talked about, you know, I think this is the point in time where we've got to start thinking about finishing strongly. We've played 17 games. Obviously, one of those is a catch-up because I believe this is the round 18 game coming up. One of those is catch-up, again, being played as this is recorded, so we don't have a review of Gold Coast Knights, and it was just too hard to schedule everything around, and we really wanted to put a podcast out this week. So, you know, like, we're doing a real push. We've got 9 games left.
Yep.
This time against Sunny Coast, who are currently languishing in the relegation zone. They're currently sitting only a point behind Capalaba, but this will be a dangerous Sunny Coast.
Oh, sure, they've got nothing to lose.
They've got nothing to lose. They've got the pressure. They want to stay in this league.
Of course, and I think the last time we played them was a number of weeks ago up there. They had a couple of new signings as well,
and they come out of the gates flying.
And they gave us a hell of a time in that first 10 or 15 minutes.
So you know, they're at home. It's a Tuesday night, so they don't have as much travel as we're going to have. Like, this is a game where, you know, we need to be up for this one. We need to be really ready for this one because Sunny Coast will be dangerous. 100% they will.
3 points. I really do.
And again, as we were saying, like, this is the run home sort of thing. We need to start. If there's any time to switch on, it's sort of now. Yeah. I'm not saying we haven't been switched on, but you know, again, it's that run home. We're playing everyone probably once more. I think we'll have one obviously that we've already played 3 times, but to get in hard and to just make sure that we get this done. Yeah,
I think we'll have a good finish.
Obviously, we've got a couple of girls on board. We've already talked about Sarah Birchall.
Yep.
There's another one that we need to talk about.
Who's that?
There's another one. I know we did promise a second treat, and here it is. We have signed a new goalkeeper in Susanna Peck, and we will cut to Susanna introducing herself right now.
Hi, Susanna. Thank you very much for joining us. Just real quick, just quick introduction about yourself. Name, position, and what number you'll be playing this season.
Right.
If you know it.
My name's Susanna Peck. I'm a goalkeeper, and I'll be number 1.
Okay. When did you know that you wanted to be a goalkeeper? Like, it's not a position that everyone sort of grows up thinking they're going to go and do that. But when did you figure out that's a position for you?
Yeah, when my brother was goalkeeper, he's older than me, and I grew up watching him play, and I always wanted to play with him, but that never ended up happening because he's a guy and older than me. But following little sister, following bigger brother,
of course.
Just wanted to follow in his footsteps.
Yeah, nice. So you've been at clubs like Brisbane City and Moreton Bay before, even representing Queensland, but I really wanted to ask you about your time in Spain with Odyssey FC. How was that experience?
Yeah, I mean, going overseas at such a young age is very tough, and I think I learnt a lot as a player and as a person. And I think on the football side, being in an environment where it's very possession-based and a lot on decision-making, I think it pushed me a lot. And I think ultimately it made me a better player, but also a teammate as well.
Yeah. Back home to Olympic FC, what drew you here and what are you looking forward to for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I think when Cam gave me a call, I really liked his vision and the values of the club, and I think that the way the girls play really makes me want to be the best player I can be. And I mean, everybody at the club's so welcoming, and I think that's just a testament to the club's culture.
Oh, awesome. And lastly, what is your message to the Olympic FC faithful?
I think get behind us. We're pushing for top 4, and these past games we've been playing some really good football. I think stick with us for the end of the season and see where we can get.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you very much for joining the
Thank
Olympic
you.
Ultras podcast. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming and joining us for the Olympic Ultras podcast, Susanna. It was absolutely lovely to chat to you.
What a beautiful girl.
Fantastic.
Absolutely beautiful girl.
Fantastic.
Took the time.
Yeah.
Was quite frank and just lovely.
Actually, early, because we had it in our mind that we were doing it at a certain time because she had goalkeeper training about 15 minutes after that.
Correct.
Suddenly, her goalkeeper training got pushed up an extra 15 minutes, so she had to come out early. But she was more than happy. She didn't sit there and go, "No, I'm not going to do it."
Yeah, no, it was beautiful.
She was more than happy to come chat to us.
Her whole professionalism and her manner, it was just delightful.
Yeah,
100%.
And signing a new goalkeeper is not surprising, and this isn't at all a shot at Pippa or Georgia, because I think they're both fantastic goalkeepers. I think Pippa's just maybe a little too young, not quite ready. And having another goalkeeper like Susanna will just add more experience. We'll be able to pass that on.
I thought, considering Pippa played against Lions, I thought her performances were quite good.
Yeah, from the highlights, she was quite good.
She made one mistake.
Yeah,
hey, show me a keeper that hasn't.
Oh, exactly right. We all do.
And it was just unfortunate. And she'll look at herself and go, "Oh crap!" But I've been a keeper. I've made them.
But when you look at,
but I thought her performance was pretty good.
And when you look at where Susanna's been, even if she's not going to be a starting goalkeeper, because I believe she's still working into fitness. So, it's still going to be Georgia or Pippa.
Yeah, well, Georgia's, I think, still has an injury.
Yeah, so it might be Pippa.
That's why I think Pippa will take the reins tonight.
But Susanna will just even be able to bring just a little bit of experience. She's been around, as you heard in the video, she's been to Spain.
Yep.
So she'll be able to just
Pippa
give a little bit more.
She should take all that in.
Yeah.
And Pippa's got such a good...
She's got a good head on her shoulders.
Good head on her shoulders, and she's got such a great future.
Yeah.
I mean, here's a kid who... She seems very shy.
She's about to be a Kiwi international.
My God. I mean, she's such a talent, It's ridiculous.
Yeah, look, you're right, though. She does seem very shy, but she will happily have a chat to you. If you ask her a question, she won't go...
Yeah. She won't sort of back down.
She'll say hello, and
she's lovely like that.
Yeah.
But, she's very quiet, but, boy, does she play well.
She does. She's a good keeper.
Yep.
I remember her coming in for the Kapalaba game. That was incredible.
That was such a good performance.
Coming in to that sort of match, 1-1 at Kapalaba, cold Kapalaba, having to put in such a pressure performance.
Talk about putting the wall up. She was great.
And then we ran out that 4-1, kept the clean sheet, everything. So I've got all the time in the world for her. I've got no worries with her being in there. But again, extra experience never goes astray. Just being able to have more people around you that can talk to you and give you pointers here and there, and it's just I think Susanna's going to be absolutely perfect for that.
She's going to be a good addition.
So once again, thank you very, very much to Susanna for chatting to us, and Sarah as well, of course, who we also chatted to. So good to see getting us a couple of signings over the line in the most recent window, and just sort of bolstering the squad a little bit.
And as you said too, those two players will bring a vast amount of experience and knowledge to all our players.
Yes. Yeah.
And I don't care how long you've been playing, I don't care what level you're at, you can always learn something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's the beauty of this game.
Yeah.
Someone comes along and shows you something, you go, oh,
yeah, I didn't think of it that way.
And it just lifts the whole team.
Yeah.
And I think we'll get that.
Yeah, no, I think so too. And even just bubbly personalities, being able to lift a little bit of pressure or in the right moment, things like that changes a lot.
Yeah.
But so coming back to the Sunny Coast game, there's only 10 points difference between us and Sunny Coast. And like I said, I think Sunny Coast they'll be dangerous. They'll be up for this.
Of course they will.
They'll want to get out of that relegation zone. Sunny Coast boys will be in fine voice as they always
are. Yeah. So hello, lads and lasses.
Hello, lads. I'm sure you're watching this one.
Yeah.
It'll be absolutely fantastic to be there. And unfortunately, like I said, just with various reasons, I don't think we'll be able to make that one. But we'll be We'll be cheering on from home. We'll be cheering on, trying to get you guys over the line digitally.
Yes. Mental thoughts.
Yeah, exactly right. So, but yeah, look, it's going to be a rough game. I think our girls are definitely up for it.
I do, but yeah.
Cam will get them fit and firing. But yeah, so
again, the backroom staff, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They've got it all sussed, so yeah, total faith.
So to wrap that one up, that game is on Tuesday, 7:30, 30th of June, 2026 at Ballinger Park, all the way up to Sunny Coast. If you can get there, definitely get there. Welcome our 2 new signings, Sarah and Susanna. It's fantastic to have you on board and in the red and white. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you very, very much for tuning in. Go Olympic.